Kasa kai Mumbai? Kasa kai Mumbai? I need some voice, guys. Kasa kai Mumbai? Great. So I think, this is after the lunch hours. So before I begin speaking for 6 hours, only for 10 minutes, I want to take one joke from the audience. Asif, can we help audience with the mic? You can just raise your hand. Anybody who want to crack a joke on gross versus CTC? Or CTC versus in hand, right? This is quite popular among the employee community. Do we agree? Can anybody raise your hand and just crack a joke on this one?
Now CTC as a word itself has become a joke.
Excellent one. I want to tell all of you that I represent KK as Dr. Bhatia has introduced, right? And KK is into the human resource software, right? And before I talk a lot about KK, I want to tell that being a HR professional, we are serving different kinds of employees. And before this session, we were also having session wherein we talked a lot about on the artificial intelligence. But here I am going to talk more about on the human aspect and less on the artificial intelligence, right? As a human resource officer, our main audience is itself humans, right? So how do we do justice to the people who are working with us in the times of artificial intelligence, right? And in this, there are different kinds of humans. First, we need to understand what kind of humans we are working with so that we can do justice with them, right? We talked about, let's say, Gen Z, we talked about Gen X, we talked about millennials, right? So this is one kinds of people who are working with us. Along with this, we also have employees who are knowledge workers who are working with us, right? Another kind of employees could be people who are working into the factories, right? What all are their expectations? How are they, looking the workplace? What kind of experiences they are expecting? Then we have employees who are into the customer-facing role. Either they are visiting to the customer place, or they are sitting into the office or standing into the retail shop, and they are there to handle the customers, right? So these are again different set of employees having their own set of challenges and expectations. Along with this, as a human resource officer, we are enablers, right? And we need to enable all of them. We need to understand these kind of diversities. We were talking about diversity, equity and inclusion, right? So these kind of people who are there. Along with this, let's say women or other genders who are part of the work, how can we support them so that again they are feeling included and they are feeling that they have to give their best. So some of the so these are the different set of people with whom we are going to work, and we are already working, right? I want to tell some of the expectation that all these people are having, and then I will also throw some highlights on that how the modern technologies like KK or maybe many others are solving these kind of problems. Are we okay, or do we have any other topic also that you want to get included or I should address? Great. So coming to the first set of employees, wherein they are tech savvy, they are knowledge workers, they are working out of the offices. They also have exposure to lots of technology, social media, right? And lots of open tools that are available into the market. So first of all, these are the kind of expectations. So they don't want to work with the isolated system. For example, let's say if they have already account on the Google suite or Office 365 suite, right? They again don't want that you should ask them to create their user ID one more time, right? Password one more time, right? Or if they are very habitual of using, let's say, Zoom or Meet or go to meeting. So at the time of scheduling interviews, you should not ask them to, go on another platform and again try to use. So they are expecting these kind of integratable capabilities within your platforms, right? Along with this, if you understand their appetite of learning and growing is more. So you should be able to give them feedbacks on the timely manner, right? And just not give the feedback, but you should also give them some kind of idea, some kind of content so that they can learn, they can grow, and they can, achieve whatever kind of aspirations they have, because ultimately they are knowledge workers, just not you, but there are many others who are, there in the market who are expecting them to join them. Right. Along with this, they also care more for their voices, right? They want to be more heard. They want, very open kind of eyes and ears who are listening and seeing them, right? And valuing their opinion. So that is there. Along with this, we are also in the age wherein people are expecting flexible work hours, right? No more 9 to 5 job or 9 to 6 kind of job defines, or only working from office defines the workplace, right? The workplace could be working from a beach, right? Working from a home, working from a restaurant and whatnot, right? And it can be just not 9 to 5, but it can be maybe 8 to 11, and then another 3 to 7, right? So these are the kinds of different jobs that are there these days, and people are wanting these kind of work hours, etc. So, and you should be able to support that. Now going from knowledge workers to the worker who are working into the factories or into the manufacturing units, right? Now what are they expecting? Please understand that they are a low wage earner, right? So if they are only working for certain number of hours, they might not able to run their families, right? Or they might not able to take care of their, the entire expenses. So they are expecting that, hey, you will take care of their wages well, right? If they are putting hard effort, if they are putting extra effort. Second, many times because of business requirements, we ask our employees to come into the sudden shifts, right? Or they should be flexible in working into different shifts, right? But you also please understand that they also have their families, their other requirements that they have to take care. How will you empower them? How will you inform them so that they are able to manage their life and this work aspect both in the well manner? That is the second aspect that they are expecting. Because of business requirements, right? Or maybe there is a seasonal demand. Many times we expect them to work on, let's say, national holidays or weekly offs, right? So while company might be getting more profits, but how will they also expect, right? Because they are contributing more for the company. How will company reward them for this extra effort or the sacrifice that they might have been making? Imagine any worker who is working on, let's say, continuously, or they are not, taking offs on the holiday, right? They must be doing lots of sacrifice in their personal life. How will you include them? How will you reward them? Right? So that is the kind of expectation of this particular category. Now coming to the third category, that is employees who are taking care of your customers, right? These employees generally are available either in the customers' shifts. For example, let's say you are serving out of India, maybe Middle East, or maybe US, or maybe Europe, right? So these people have to be available in those kind of shifts. Or they might have to go to the customers' places. Or they might have to stand into the retail stores, and they have to ensure that whenever customer is coming, they are there to take care. Otherwise, there is a business implication, and there is a huge, loss for the company. Again, the expectation of all these three categories within the, customer, customer care team or customer support or customer sales team is different. You see, one have to walk into the multiple shift, another have to go to the customer place, the third one have to be there in time when customer is visiting the store. Right? And because they are showing lots of these kind of flexibilities, again, their expectation will be there from the organization, right? And they would also want to ensure that there is no partiality happening. Let's say you could have one dedicated employee who comes, on time, right? Ensure that he provides good experience to the customer and leave the job on time, right? Versus there are some people who are not very punctual. If there is no right mechanism to recognize these kind of employees, right, and understand what kind of efforts they are putting, then you will be promoting the wrong values. And because of which, more and more wrong employees would like to stay with you, or maybe you'll also spoil the right employees. Now, going back, so this is the third, category of employee, whom we have. Then as we were talking about, millennials and, Gen X, Gen Y, these kind of employees, obviously, they have exposure to AI, they have exposure to machine learning, they have a lot of exposure to social media. I think many of us know that the amount of salary we pay to them, some of them, they earn more than that from the social media itself by making some videos or posting some, posts on the, social platforms. Do we agree here? Now, how will you take care of these kind of people's aspiration? If your workplace is not looking a fun kind of environment for them, obviously you won't able to extract best out of them. Also, they won't able to enjoy, they won't able to contribute, and they would like to, maybe switch the other companies because, the amount of money we pay to them, more than that they earn maybe from these places or maybe from the parents' pocket. This is also the truth of the, today's workplace. So we have to take care of them. Now going on the next one. So this was the fourth category. Along with this, we have managers, right? They are also employees. They are also expecting that as a HR, because HRs are enablers, they will help them to diagnose the problem. Half of the times when manager asks for a report, the unfortunate truth is that most reports are not available in the ready format, in the consumable format, right? How do you expect them to take decision in those cases? They can't. And if they can't, obviously, the kind of trust, the kind of faith, the kind of respect, right? Because they understand that, hey, I'm not being helped, I'm not being promoted, I'm not being supported, right? So these are the kind of expectations that they have. Also, they are there to ensure that their teams smashes the goal. Just not, trying to just attain the goal, but they always expect that their team should be smashing the goal. How will you enable these, right? How will you quickly help them to navigate to the people who are, working hard versus working smartly? What are the people who are able to attain goals, right? If people are not able to attain goal, what are the reasons, right? How can they ensure that they are able to navigate to the skill problem or a will problem, right? Or maybe your workplace is not supporting them, right? There is a collaboration issue. So these are the kind of things that your managers are expecting. And now coming on the sixth category, that is the HR, right? HR also are not the kind of HR that used to be before, right? Today you have lots of technologies, and any idea how many workplace apps we install in our mobile? Maybe we can take 2-3 answers. Can you just raise your hand? Anybody who wants to answer? On an average? Sorry? You are lucky one. If you see, like, Outlook itself is one, right? MS Team or Google Meet, that is second, right? So like this, on an average, we are asking our employees to install, on an average, 15 to 20 workplace related softwares. This is a lot actually. We should, rethink what are we asking them to do, right? Because asking employees to use these many software is a cost to the company, is also lots of effort on the employee's brain, right? How can you cut down those many softwares to a few softwares, right? This will be good for the employees and also good for yourself, because when a lot of information is there at one place, you can dissect, right, in whatever way you want. You can analyze, right? We were talking about predictive analytics, diagnostic analytics, right? All of that we can do only if most of data is there at one place. If it is at the multiple places, it will be nightmare, guys, right? So the modern HRs are expected to bring tools, ease employees as well as their lives so that they can be more productive. Okay? So these were the six categories of employees, or 6 categories of humans with whom we are dealing today. My sincere request is that we should be cognizant about these 6 categories and maybe define more categories depending upon our requirements. Also, we are living into the environment wherein we are working with, let's say, multinational, employees, or maybe we are working into the multinational geographies. In those cases, they expect that you respect the local laws, right? You respect the local regulations. At the very same time, the experience to somebody sitting into the different country is not very different from the somebody sitting into the corporate office, right? The local laws, local benefits are exactly provided to you. So these are also the expected by the employees who are residing into the different countries. Okay, so I think we, as an HR community, we should think about all these people, and we should bring technology who embrace these kind of diversity challenges, right? And that will be your true enabler. With this, I will conclude my thought. Thank you very much.